Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I have a pretty fun video for you guys today, or I think it's pretty fun because they're planners and they're budget planners. And these are all budget planners that I found on Amazon that are under $20. I'll make sure to leave the exact price amount down below, but I do know for sure like these two were like $13.99 and then this one was $6.99. I decided to keep the wrap on here just so you guys know how you'll get them from Amazon. So this one is kind of shrink wrapped. This one has a plastic wrap on here. And then this one just came just like this. It kind of looks like a workbook. So I'm just going to go through these one by one. I'll make sure to add like maybe a timestamp down below so that if you want to just see a specific planner, you guys can do that. So the very first one here, I just really, what caught my eye on this one, I know I don't like spirals, but this isn't too big. These are like the, what do they call these? The double O's? I don't know. Just ring spiral bound to me. And it does have metal corners here, like gold color. But what I fell in love with the cover was the leaves on here. I just thought it was really nice. And this one is by the planner company Zicoto, I think. Zicoto. You're Zicoto. Oh my god, I didn't even realize what the brand was. I just knew that I liked the content inside and I liked the cover. So it's by Zicoto. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. So let me just go ahead and open this up. I really love the feel of this planner already, and I can imagine it going into my purse or something. So when I flip inside, there's a little thank you card, which is nice. It's a small family-owned business. This is awesome. John and Carrie, owners at Zicoto. This is pretty cool. This thank you card, and then a how to create a successful budget, which is always helpful, especially someone who is just starting out. And the reason why I do these budget planner reviews is just so that you can find something that's under $20 is something that's not too expensive if you guys want to try using a planner or a written planner to budget. And then the very first section, of course, usually is the contact information, name, phone number, email. And then in the next page is financial goals. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas to write your goals. I didn't get to see what the paper quality was on there, but I'll leave that information down below or I'll add it on here if that's something that you guys want to see. I will do a pen test in each of these at the end and a highlight test as well. Budgeting notes, and it's like a dot grid on here. So budgeting notes, financial strategy, actions to earn more money, actions to cut expenses on the right side here, strategy notes. There's also page numbers at the bottom. I like that because I think the only planner that I remember having that is a Passion Planner Daily, and it's nice to be able to refer back to it so that I'll write myself a little note, hey, look back on page 6 for your bill tracker or something. I don't know, that's just something, I know it's something small, but it might make a difference. And then this one's a bill tracker for all 12 months of the year. And there's enough bills to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bills. You put in the amount, the due, and then you check off when it's paid. And then the next page is your savings tracker, and there's enough to track 1, 2, 3, and 4 savings. So you write your savings goal, total needed, the deadline, date, deposit, and your running balance on here. And then the next page is your debt tracker, and I'm pretty sure, oh, there's actually more. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 debt trackers. So your debt name, starting balance, minimum payment, the date on here, payment, and then the running balance. It's kind of sad that there's like 8 debt trackers and then 4 savings trackers, assuming that you have more debt than savings, I guess. I know for sure for me I would have needed more than the 8, which is sad, but it's nice to have on there if paying off your debt is something that you're focusing on. And then moving on to the monthlies. So this layout so far, for some reason, I never like it when budget planners include the categories because not everyone has the same categories that apply to them. I know I can just white it out, but I would just rather put my own categories on there. But I see where it could be helpful maybe for someone that has never budgeted before and this is their first time and they kind of need some help figuring out certain categories. So anyway, starting back at the top, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So month in the year, this is blank, so you can start whenever. Monthly income, 1, 2, 3, 4. I do appreciate when there's multiple lines for monthly income because you might have different income sources that come in. And I like this balance from the last month because I always do have something that I carry over. I think this might be helpful for someone who does budget monthly and always has something to carry to the next month because you have to pay for some bills in the beginning of the month. So that will most likely be helpful. And then total income here at the bottom and monthly savings on here. Date, description, amount. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. And then on this line, there's monthly income, monthly savings, and budget for the month. So with this monthly budgeting, it goes to this other side right here. So category, budget, actual expense, and difference. So here you can write down all the budget categories that you have, fixed, irregular expenses, maybe savings as well. Like if you're saving, putting money into your sinking funds, I like that there's a lot of lines for it. But it is for the entire month. I think in one of my budget planners that I reviewed last year, I decided to break it down and did a bi-weekly budget. Not sure if I'm going to be doing that with this one. I do like that you get a lot of lines for your budget categories. Moving on to daily expenses. If you have been following me for a while, you guys know that I'm pretty big, or I really do my best to track our expenses all the time. Even though it drives me nuts some months, I do try my best to keep up with it. It's one of the budget habits or money habits that I'm really proud of. It just helps keep me aware of where money is going, which is always something that you want to do. You always want to know where your money's going, right? It looks like there's a lot of lines on here. So there's date, description, category, amount. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. I'm going to count the lines really quick. There is 31 lines on here. So I think that's a lot of lines. I mean, I don't know how much spending you gotta do each month, but I think that would be enough. And then at the end, month in review. Total monthly income, so including balance from the last month, minus savings equals your total, that amount that you have to budget. So this one prioritizes your savings first, so pay yourself first. And then minus total expenses equals balance forward to the next month. Did I meet my budget? If not, why not? Things to improve, biggest wins, and a quote. I love quotes. So this one says, too many people spend money they earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't like. I've heard that so many times in the budget, finance, personal finance community, debt-free community. And then notes here at the very end. Then it starts over again with a new month. Okay, so let's flip to the back here. So Christmas budgeting, that is something for sure I could use. I'll definitely use. So in the very back section, at the end of all the months, you have a Christmas budgeting page. So this has categories, so all gifts, wrapping paper, and all the categories that go with Christmas. For us, it's activities as well. Budgeting or budget amount, actual, additional Christmas notes, maybe jot down some gift ideas on here. And then Christmas gifts. This one has recipient, gift description, budget, and actual. And then you get 2 pages of that for gifts. And then Christmas spending. This is kind of nice. So you get, I believe, just 1 page of that. So Christmas spending for the year or for that season. And then a year-end budget summary. The months, of course, on the top, monthly income, monthly savings, the budget for the month, total expenses, and then the balance that goes to the next month. That's on there. And then the next page is just notes, 2 note sections, and another note section. So in the back is a pocket folder. I believe that's it. And then there are some sticker sheets on here, which is cool. Oh, there's actually tabs on here. Cool. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. There's tabs on here to put over here on the side. Money stickers on here. Made my budget. Arrows. Saved. Dollars. Bills. Budget. Save. piggy bank, save for tomorrow, plan for tomorrow, dollar signs, all done. I did it, and then check marks and then savings on there. That's really cool. That is it for this flip through. So that is budget planner number 1. Let's move on to the next one. So this one is called the Budget Book, and it's by Lamare Budget Planner. I bought this last year and I just never got a chance to do a review or test it out. Let me open it up real quick. Okay, so this one has the rings or the spirals as well, and this one is a hard cover. It's like a light blue cover. I don't know if you can tell. To me it looks like a mint blue. This one looks pretty just nice and simple. Just the word budget book up here and a leaf up there at the top. And let me just flip on the inside. Lamare Stationery Gems. So this is the company, and on the very front page it says every little bit adds up, and then some social handles on there where you can find them. And then there's an annual budget section on here. So category, income, and then all of your categories, I'm assuming on here. Spending or total spending, I assume, and then balance on here. And then there's enough for all the months of the year. This paper to me seems a little bit thinner than the other one, but we'll see when I do my testing. So it says fixed bills for the year. Yeah, so all of the months all the way across on here. So all of your fixed bills will go on here. And then on the next page, so this one has variable bills on here. This is kind of cool. So I've never seen a budget planner with this before. So that one's kind of neat. There's something different. And then monthly calendar. I just realized right now that the other budget planner didn't have a monthly calendar. So this one does, and it is blank. Area for you to write down your notes down here. Spending summary. So all of your spending for the month. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess that's towards the front, because then the budget's here. Because usually with a budget planner, from what I find, is that your budget will go first and then your spending will go next. So that's kind of interesting. So what I actually fell in love with when I purchased this planner was this wheel right here, because it's all the percentages for the budget categories for your spending. And I thought that was kind of neat to do, because in the Budget by Paycheck workbook, there's an area on there at the end of the month worksheets where you do a percentage of your income, percentage of your expenses to your income. And I think that would be nice to fill in here. So yeah, that one's going to be kind of cool to fill out. And then again, here on the side is the monthly budget overview. And I appreciate that they left it blank, but I'm kind of looking at this and like, how would this, let me take out my February budget and see, just so I can see all of my categories and stuff right now. So for my February budget, so I kind of imagine maybe one being variable spending, savings, maybe extra debt, and then all the fixed bills on there. So that's how maybe I would use each of the boxes, but each one has different lines on there, so, or different amounts. So the income would be up here, and then all of your budget categories here. So again, I would probably do like bills, like regular bills, variable spending, maybe savings funds, extra debt payments, maybe, I don't know, we'll see how I go when I test this out. And then it starts up again in a new month. So let's see if there's anything at the end. There's a savings goals tracker, savings tracker for the months. There's enough for you to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 savings. Or I think what this is really tracking how much you're saving each month, right? I was kind of thinking like maybe 12 different savings categories, but you can do just the monthly savings goal. Yeah, so here it has your category, goal, start and finish. To me, I would have 12 different savings goals, I guess. You don't have to have all 12. Maybe you just have 5 or 8 like I do. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys would use this for, how you guys would use this for. So anyways, moving on. So onto the debt tracker. So there is enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 debt accounts. So it has your debt name, starting balance, minimum payment, date, amount paid, and then your running balance on there. And then notes section, and it's lines, not a dot grid. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. 8 pages of notes. There's no pocket folder on this one. So that is pretty much it for this budget planner. And moving on to the final planner. This one just says budget planner in the front. And I believe it's by Emmeline Bloom. So this one, it just feels like a workbook to me, and it's for sure way bigger than these other planners, but for sure smaller than the Budget by Paycheck workbook, I feel like. And I do love that it's not spiral bound, because I do love just like a flat layout type of planner. So opening this up, it says 2021 Budget Planner, name, phone number, and email. And the paper feel to me actually feels just like a workbook, like how one of my kids, one of their Scholastic workbooks, and that's how it kind of feels to me. And then here on the left side is how to use this planner. And then I am on the road to financial freedom. Yes, I am. Financial summary. So here it has year ahead, and then financial goals. This year my primary financial goals are, and then goals for each month, so January to December, of course. And then I really like the polka dots on here. So financial institution, name on account, card number, PIN number, routing, transit number. We only have one checking account, and that's it. We don't have any other checking accounts, and we do have savings accounts. Website, username, password, notes on there. So there's enough for 8. And then debt accounts, also 8. So it has company, name on account, card number, website, notes, PIN number, username, password, current balance, credit limits, and credit type. This is all really cool. I think this would have been nice to have when we had all of the debt. I'm not complaining that we don't have a lot of debt anymore. Might have been useful. Bill accounts. So it has company, account number, name on account, phone number, website, username, password, and then notes. And it looks like there's enough for 8 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, there's 10 on there. More bill accounts. So there's 20. And then savings trackers. So saving for, starting balance, savings goals, deadline comments, date, amount, and total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So there's 8. And then debt payment tracker. This I used to actually create on the back of my Passion Planner weekly. So this I find is always helpful, because at the end of each month you can keep track of all the debts that you have and all the balances. And for us, so this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We definitely had more than 8. I think we had like 11, 10 or 11 on there. But it's just nice to see all of your debt in one place, and then seeing the balance go down. So that was one thing that was really motivating, when we would see our debt balance go down. And then there's a bill payment tracker. So for accounts, 20 different accounts, due date, and then you check it off once it's paid. Notes section down here. And then check register. We only really use our check to pay rent. So I'm not sure I don't know how useful this would be. Maybe your debit card as well. Moving on. So moving on to financial summaries. So this looks like it's a net worth tracker. It seems like, yeah, net worth. It says it on there. Duh. Okay, so date, credit score. Ooh, I like that they added that on there. I always usually add the credit score onto like a little section in my planner. And then here has net worth, assets total, liabilities total, and then all of your assets on here. So cash, investments, and then whatever else on here, maybe vehicles on here, your home or something on there. And then debts, loans, and whatever else, personal loans or student loans and stuff on there. So that's always nice to look at. So you kind of have an overall picture of your financial health. And then moving on, and it starts off, looks like before the month, it starts off with a quote, which is always awesome. This one says, "It's not your salary that makes you rich, it's your spending habits." And then January monthly overview. I love that it's on 2 pages, so you have room to write You have a goals section down here, or you can write it over here if you want to. And it does start off on a Sunday. And then here, oh, I like this. Dave Ramsey quote: "A budget is telling you a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went." That's by Dave Ramsey. So it's a nice little overview to put down all your bills and appointments and events and stuff. And then here with the monthly budget, income, date, source, amount. So there's 1, 2, 3, oops. I'm totally blind right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Savings, and then fixed expenses, variable expenses, plenty of room on here, which is nice because if you're using this for the whole entire month, there's plenty of room. So 20 total bills or fixed expenses on here. Monthly summary, total income, fixed expenses, total variable expenses. So budgeted amount, actual, and then the difference, and then a little check mark on here on when it's paid, and then a little comment section, maybe to let yourself know if it was a planned expense or not planned expense, something like that maybe on there. I think what I would use the comment section for is whether it was paid, whether our bill was paid through a credit card, just so I'm always aware, because I do want to make sure we're keeping track on what bills we put on a credit card so we don't miss the payment on that. And then there's also a debt repayment plan on here, which is pretty cool. So date, account, starting balance, minimum payment, additional payment, and then the balance. And then total spent on debts this month. So if your goal is to pay off your debt, this looks like a pretty cool planner so far. For $6.99, I don't think it's that bad. And then here on this next page is the daily spending tracker, which is pretty cool because I do track our expenses, but it's not broken down by day. So it's kind of nice to have an overview of, let's say January 1st, whether or not we had a no spend day. And then January 2nd, we just had a bill on there. And then January 3rd, we have like takeout, Target, Amazon and stuff on there, so we can see like the days where we're really spending. So I think this is kind of cool. I don't know if it'll be enough space maybe, because what if it's like on a weekend or if you're Christmas shopping. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. I don't think, for me personally, I don't think I would need more than 8 lines per day. I don't think we spend that much. It would just be bills. I don't know how many bills you guys have to pay for in one day, and then some variable spending. I don't know. I don't think you'll need to use 8 lines, but who knows? This might be something that's useful. I've never seen a planner or a budget planner that breaks down your spending tracker daily. So this is kind of cool to me. And then total daily spending for the month. You can put on here, and then notes for the month. Where did I have the most difficulty? How can I improve next month? Then it starts again with a whole new month. I'm gonna flip through the back. Seems like everything was all in the front. So yeah, I think in the back it's just all the notes, because all of the other, nope, I lied. There's a year-end review. Just kidding. Year-end review, financial summary. So your total income for the year, expenses, savings, debt paid, assets, liabilities, and then your net worth, and then a section for you to write comments on there. And then where did I have the most difficulty this year? How can I improve or change my approach for the next year? Biggest financial accomplishment this year. How will I reward myself for this accomplishment? So that one is the year-end review, followed by some notes pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think that is it, and then a couple of blank pages at the end, and that is it for the planner. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the 2 pens that I love to write with. This one's my ballpoint pen, and then a Pilot G2, which is in a .38, which I would most likely write in here, because if it's a smaller planner, I like to write with a thinner point. Anyways, and I'm also going to use my mild liner highlighters as well, the zebra mild liners. Okay, so with this planner here, this is the Emmeline Bloom one, the big one, the $6.99 one. So this one, like I mentioned earlier, it kind of has like that workbook feel to it, and it doesn't really look like it bleeded too much. You can see it for sure, like a shadow, but it didn't bleed through. But I also did just do one line of highlighter. I didn't go crazy like highlighting over and stuff. And I am a heavy writer, so the indentations you can of course see at the back, but overall, I mean, it's not gonna bug me. For these two planners, I just decided to write the brand on there, so I didn't have to write all of my budget categories and stuff. So this is the Lamare Budget Planner, and this one you could barely see a shadow through it. You can kind of tell that there's writing and stuff on there, and you could feel the raised writing on there, because like I said, I do tend to write pretty hard. So, and then with the highlighter smearing, I think that's just with the gel pen. If I don't let it dry enough, I don't know if that's really the paper or not, but on this one I let it dry for a little bit and it highlighted without smearing. It's also on how hard you highlight as well. I did do this one lighter, so that's why I think I prefer writing with a ballpoint pen, because I never really find any smearing with a ballpoint pen. So yeah, so that's why I have switched over to using a ballpoint pen, and I love this Acroball pen. So that's what I'm using. This one's by Pilot, and I tried it last year and I just repurchased the whole pack again because I love using it. And then for this one, I think of all three of these, for sure, this one has the best paper quality. This is the Zicoto Budget Planner. It kind of reminds me of my Passion Planner a little bit, or my Passion Planner Daily. It kind of has like weight to it. This one for sure has that nice kind of soft, I don't know, feel. Am I sounding like weird right now? But this one for sure, the Zicoto Budget Planner, has the best paper quality in my opinion, and I don't really see shadow on here as much, and I can't really tell that I've written on here unless I feel for it, not like the other one. So this one won't show up on the back side when you're highlighting, which is nice. Anyways guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review and flip through and the pen test. Hopefully these were helpful to you guys, especially if you are looking for a budget planner that is under $20. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a good one guys.